My name is Marco Baston. I kept my real name in accordance with my teacher's indications about the nature of the time mode. I have to tell you a story, and I do it so that you may understand, in the best way possible, what I am making available to you. In winter 1994, I was in central Mexico, where I met the person who would later become my benefactor. His name was Felipe Amezcua. He was part of a group of men of knowledge, descendants of a lineage of seers that goes back for generations up to pre-Columbian Mexico and before, true holders of secrets for thousands of years. He and his group took care of my perceptual and cultural re-education, thus getting me hooked onto a system of knowledge and a precise intent, that of the Tolteks. Tolteks can be defined as shamans, sorcerers, seers, men and women of knowledge. None of these definitions is quite precise. Perhaps the one that gets closest to what they really do is freedom travelers. Although their experience comes from a lineage that has been lasting for thousands of years, the way Toltecs pursues their goals changes continuously, adapting to the changing time mode. Every generation of warriors brings something new so that this system of knowledge becomes alive, flexible, full of imagination. What Felipe and his group of seers offered me was, in synthesis, the possibility to become part of this process of evolution and innovation of the spirit of man. As I was telling you, they made sure my cognitive system got reassembled at different levels: perceptual, cultural, and social. The first thing they took care of was indeed to make me aware of how my perceptual faculties were maimed, impaired by a way of interpreting the world that I had learned without ever doubting it. They showed me, not through useless intellectual concepts, but through practical and direct experience, how we can reclaim our potential as perceivers, beings made of attention and energy. Thus, the story I am telling you is that of the Toltecs, perception, and freedom travelers, true explorers of the worlds. In this form, human beings can even be free to leave the world in which they are used and forced to live. They can go beyond the set limits, as far as where their personal predilection can take them. This story, however, has to be experienced directly. The only way that allows you to listen to and understand it is to enter the story itself, or in other words, to become an active part of it. This story is made of concrete acts, revolutionary acts that get us totally involved. The Toltecs, the new seers, are bound to the earth as a being with awareness. The earth is their guide to freedom. Their relationship with the earth, this special interaction, takes place only through the body's intelligence that is capable of surprising magical acts, if only we allow it, let it act. Therefore, go beyond thinking and language. That meeting with Felipe started the beginning of a much wider path, which I am now offering to others as well. It is an attempt to lead as many people as I can to the possibility of making a fundamental choice, that of participating in the dynamics of the universe and start a change, an evolution that never ends. It is especially my interest that the people who choose this path come to this choice prepared with a full understanding of their potential and of the forces that are at play in the world. These are only some of the reasons that moved me to the decision of sharing my experience. First of all, by trying to condense the knowledge I received into a literary form. Indeed, this book, together with the ones that will follow, includes what Castañeda's readers have been waiting for a long time: dreaming, stalking, intent, mastery of awareness, recapitulation. All the basic elements of nagualism are clearly expounded with techniques, methods, strategies, and practical examples, with the precise purpose of making them directly practicable and experienceable, along with many other aspects that have never been treated to this day. I chose to write the Threshold of Energy trilogy, mainly as a true, practical guide, instead of just telling my experience as it happened. This had already been done by Carlos Castaneda, but I realized there was a need for those who had and those who had not read his books to have the practical means at hand in order to access the pragmatic meaning of what he had related. Thanks to Felipe and his group, after a 10-year work, I was able to fine-tune a system that makes the Toltek's techniques available even beyond the traditional context in which they were developed. I divided into 3 books, the original work in Italian. The first book of the trilogy, The Master of Awareness, deals with the maneuverability of the assemblage point, with the ways we can obtain control of our states of awareness. The techniques described in it, explained in detail, are extremely efficient, immediate, and pragmatic. It is not theory, but practice. The second book of the trilogy, The Art of Stalking, deals with the correct use of the energy with the warrior's impeccability. Since we are made of energy fibers, the art of stalking holds a key role. Without energy, it is impossible to aim at any goal. This book acts as a guide within that complex discipline, which the Tolteks call the art of stalking. The third book in the trilogy, The Mastery of Intent, opens a door toward the relationship between man as a being made of attention and the active side of infinity. Now this knowledge is available to you.